nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can change the focus to a soft blur or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe.
All right, alchemists, let's go. Welcome back to another episode of Alchemy Crypto. I am your host and alchemist, ALcHeMy. Alright, remember guys, nothing I say in this video is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Shout out to all the alchemists all around the rock. Tri-state, I see you. West Coast. No paid promos on this channel, guys. Never, ever. I don't do it. Alright, if you're new, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Go down, hit the button, turn on notifications so you'll know when we're live or when we drop new content. Alright, alchemists, thanks for jumping back into the cipher where the alchemists gather to stay in the know. We talk DXY, gold, silver, the Fed. We talk about it all. So, let's just jump on in because there is a lot going on. At the time of the stream, Bitcoin 16,596, Ethereum 1207, BNB at 272, and XRP, the chosen one, 37 cents. Alright guys, if you're hearing my voice, you are early. Only 4% of people own crypto. You can get in now and be positioned accordingly. The choice is yours, guys. Only 4%. That's not a lot, fellas. Alright. These are the asset classes, guys. All these assets will become tokenized. You will see everything will move over to blockchain, the stock market, metals, the derivatives market, real estate, bonds, music, you name it. It will become tokenized in the future, and when there's regulatory clarity, the floodgates will open. All these asset classes will have their lunch eaten by the blockchain. It's not if, it's when. The alchemists already know. We are buckled up and positioned accordingly. Alright, let's jump over to CoinGecko for a quick peek in at current market cap. The FTX contagion continues. So let's just do a quick refresh and see where we're at. Alright, looks like 865 billion is where we are at. We are below the $1 trillion mark, so we are basically one of those little red blocks I just showed you in the asset class chart. Alright, fear and greed. The bear bull chart, let's take a look. See where that's doing. I do apologize for the system lag, so we are a little bit less greedy than yesterday. I believe we were at a 65 yesterday. It looks like we're a little bit less greedy today. Alright, let's see what U.S. markets did. I think it was kind of a mixed bag. Let's do a quick refresh and take a look at the FinViz heat map. Yeah, so Google down a little, Amazon down. I mean, it's not looking good in the macro today. However, futures are green, Nasdaq, S&P, and Dow futures are in the green. Oil is down. Looks like 90 bucks. Or is that 80? Okay, it's an 80 bucks. So, guys, we watch oil, we watch the DXY, we watch it all here on this channel. The alchemists already know. That's why they come here and stay in the know. So let's just keep going for the time being. Let's move on and look at metals real quick. Do a quick refresh. Alright guys, so it looks like gold is at $12.59, silver ask is $21.18, platinum $9.94, and palladium $19.88.94. So, metals. Guys, we got to talk about psychology of a market cycle. We always talk about it. We're going to continue to do it. Let's look. I believe we're in this last dog leg down here. We're somewhere near the bottom. I think we may chop sideways in this accumulation zone and accumulation phase, so to speak, for a while. I don't think this bear market is near over, but I think we are close to the bottom, if not getting close. The FTX debacle continues, insolvencies everywhere. I'm burned down on FTX. I don't care about SBF. We're going to touch a little bit on it, but not a lot today in this one, guys. There's just so much to talk about in that whole thing. Him and his googly-eyed girlfriend there maybe got a sex tape coming out. So we're buckled up. We got our popcorn. We're strapped in. We're watching. The alchemists know. All right, guys. Since this FTX thing broke, we have been in a downtrend, and we're looking for an 85% correction, just like the previous 4 cycles, the 4-year cycles. Here's 14, 18, and this is where we are now. So 4-year cycles continue. We are near the bottom. Now, I want to talk about the bottom and where we're at. This is a bear pennant. I'm going to play this for you. This is how it typically plays out, guys. These things typically break to the downside. They don't always do that. They don't always have to. But typically they break to the downside, as you can see right here. Why do I bring that up? Because I want to jump into some charts. I want to show you guys the charts. This is the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin. I do believe that we are going down. We are printing the bearish pennant on the chart that we just showed you in the video. If we go to the 1 hour, you can see it is printing the bearish pennant. It is happening. Typically this thing breaks down, guys, and I think we are going to see that 10 to 14K. If we do get that breakdown and we do come down over here and we get to the 14K mark, I think we will see all the ISOs on sale. I think it will be a great accumulation opportunity for anyone who is interested in acquiring some assets on the cheap. They're highly undervalued now. If we get this breakdown and we do 10 to 14K, guys, it will be an opportunity of a lifetime. This is the chart. You can see right here, 10 to 14K. Hopefully this thing breaks down and plays out. We are short. We have been short the last few days. Took a little hit in here yesterday. It was not pretty. Or, I'm sorry, it was in here. I believe it was right in here. We took that hit yesterday. We have been short for the last few days. We've been getting it. We're still short. We have good risk management, stop loss, so when we get stomped out, that's okay. We come back and try again. We can't win them all. Nobody's perfect. If you want to trade, jump over to ALcHeMy.CrYpTo.com. I will show you the way. I will show you how to trade, how to get it. When you see these red candles, you just go short and you build your bag. You take the cream off the top and you dollar cost average into the ISOs. The alchemists already know. Okay, guys. So let's keep moving because there is a ton to cover. If you want to trade, jump into the yard and I will show you the way. Alright. Now, we talked about the bearish pennant on the charts. Where we're at, I do believe we will see this thing play out. Typically, like I said, the bearish pennant likes to break down. So, we are short in the CyPhA. I am keeping a close eye on that. Alright, now shout out to DAI for this. You had this stuff today. You got this lady, Miss Waters, squawking over here. And here she is with good old SBF. So, guys, they're going to use this as an opportunity to force regulation on this industry. They may regulate the exchanges. They may say everything's a security. You have to be an accredited investor. If you're staying in the know and watching the videos, I talked about being an accredited investor and what this requires. It's pretty unachievable for most people, and they're trying to make it even harder for us now. They're trying to make it even more difficult. So I think they're going to use this opportunity. I think this was all staged. I think what's coming down the pipe is forced regulation, just like we've been seeing with the Ripple XRP SEC lawsuit. And guys, it's coming. This from Senator Warren. Miss Warren, the collapse of one of the largest crypto platforms shows how much the industry appears to be smoke and mirrors. We need more aggressive enforcement, and I'm going to keep pushing SEC Gov to enforce the law to protect consumers and financial stability. Oh, they've done a fabulous job, Miss Warren. The SEC was meeting with FTX, one of the biggest, most regulated exchanges in the U.S. What happened? So much for protecting investors. XRP investors got hurt when the SEC sued Ripple and XRP. So they are doing a stellar job at protecting the investing public. So shout out to Miss Warren for her continued push for forced regulations. Guys, if we get that 10 to 14K, that leg down, I will be acquiring more of the ISOs. I will be loading the truck, backing the truck up, borrowing the neighbor's truck, getting as much as possible, because this will be the opportunity, buying opportunity of a lifetime. If we get that big leg down to 10, 14K, I don't know about sub 10K Bitcoin, but if we do, all of these assets that are already highly undervalued and on sale will continue to go on sale. It will be a fire sale at that point, guys. Not financial advice. I'm just saying that's what I'm doing. The alchemists already know. Now the ISO tokens are right here. You got Ripple gonna eat the lion's share, the chosen one at the top. Stellar, XLM, XFIN, the XDC network, IOTA, Algorand, HBAR, Quant, and Cardano. Go look them up over here on CoinMarketCap if you want to look at their prices. They are all listed on here. You can search them right up here in the right hand corner of your screen. You can buy them a lot of different places, guys. The ISOs will go on sale. Now, ISO 2022 was supposed to have launched this month, guys. However, I believe that all the world's a stage, and this thing is being delayed because, A, the banks want that friction in the payment system. They need that. That's how they make a lot of their money. However, they're going to be forced to move over to this. There's going to be a flip of the switch moment, guys. It's going to happen. You can be on the right side or the wrong side of history. This is the future framework of the financial system being laid, the rails in front of you. Now, Swift delays ISO 20022 migration until March. Swift has postponed the ISO 20022 migration to next March, citing members' desire to keep in line with the Eurosystem migration, which was delayed by the ECB earlier this month, guys. There's going to be one worldwide global reset, flip of the switch moment. I think that has to do with possibly why this Ripple case has not settled yet. I think possibly they're all sitting around enjoying some food and drink and discussing the terms of the settlement. It's probably already, the deal's already been made, and part of the deal is that Ripple and XRP has to wait until the Swift migration. We've heard Brad and team come out and say probably first half of 2023. So this is delayed until exactly March, the first half of next year. So maybe there's something there, maybe there's something not, guys, but you already know where there's smoke, there's fire. So let's keep going. This is how it's going to work. I showed it to you yesterday. I'll show it to you again. People here, banks here, people here. They'll shoot it through the ledger, through the interoperability tokens, cross-border payments, instant settlements, day, night, anytime, wallet to wallet. And when mass adoption kicks in, guys, I've showed you the chart on mass adoption. This thing will melt faces. Now, shout out to DAI because he had this also. Let's take a quick listen.
This FTX story have the potential to create wire losses in assets and more traditional assets. I know you're expecting a settlement tomorrow in the lawsuit between the Securities and Exchange Commission
What?
and Ripple. The SEC's filing for 2020 alleged that Ripple Labs and two of its executives raised over $1.3 billion through an...
All right, guys. So that is for real. They came out. Did they have a source? Did they retract it? No. Did they have an inside source? Well, Ellie Tarrant from Fox reached out to Ripple and they denied that there is a settlement. So maybe there is a settlement. However, they cannot release the news until ISO is ready to go live and they flip the switch, guys. That is not financial advice, but we are acquiring these assets cheap. And if they go down even more, we will back the truck up. Not financial advice, but that is what we're doing. The number of addresses is skyrocketing, guys. I want to play this for you. Let's listen.
For a couple of minutes. Where do you feel that XRP, just based on your honest opinion, is going to hit, say, a month after regulation?
Yeah. So we believe that the last domino to fall on regulation.
Clarity's coming, guys.
Is the SEC lawsuit. And that
It's not if, it's when.
Resolved in a variety of ways, but it could also be resolved in regulation coming in over the top. We know it's imminent, though, right? So when I say
Imminent.
I would be surprised if a quarter from now we're really still embroiled in the SEC lawsuit, because I think the state of affairs throughout the world is such that we're going to need a solution like an XRP for liquidity purposes sooner rather than later. So the question is then, okay, we've magically resolved it. Where does the price go? It's easy to project that it's a double-digit number. So I think it immediately shoots up to a $10, potentially $20. The wild card to me.
I like it. Tell me more.
A deal to be done among the central banks and governments to basically have
$10 to $20 sounds good to me, guys. This thing is 37 cents right now.
that we're going to need a solution like an XRP for liquidity purposes sooner rather than later. So the question is then, okay, we've magically resolved it. Where does the price go? It's easy to project that it's a double-digit number. So I think it immediately shoots up to a $10, potentially $20. The wild card to me is that there is actually a deal to be done.
The question becomes this, guys. Can you afford to not dollar cost average into these highly undervalued assets? That's the question you need to be asking yourself. Now this on the buyback.
The reserve buyback theory.
Oh, yes.
What are your thoughts on that theory?
I wrote a thread on that.
Let me just restart this. Here we go. Shout out to ZR and Molly.
Have you heard
Molly Elmore.
XRP Federal Reserve buyback theory?
Oh, yes.
What are your thoughts on that theory?
I wrote a thread on that. Probably one of the only threads where I really got people yelling at me. XRP people get really fired up if you bring up this topic, by the way. And actually, I wrote a thread like 2 days ago trying to figure out if it's possible to even retroactively asset back something like XRP with gold after the fact. Now, Jimmy Valley's thesis, I think, got misinterpreted a little bit. He said that this was something he thinks that the Fed and central banks have done. Essentially, they created an agreement years ago that they were going to use XRP as a way to, as a reserve currency, essentially, to facilitate trade between countries, and that it makes a lot more sense if it's at a higher value. And Jimmy's point was that you wouldn't make this deal and not settle on the price. Like, you wouldn't work out all of these other details around this arrangement and forget to make the financial side of that deal. And he came up with the number by trying to extrapolate if you had to take all the value in the world.
All the value in the world, guys.
Which is
All the money.
tokens are, how would you come up with this price per token? And it sort of fluctuates between 35K and now even potentially 50K a token. I mean, that is sort of, I think there is plausibility in it because
Woo!
if everything everything becomes tokenized, which is a concept we've heard in multiple places, and this even feeds into the World Economic Forum stuff where they want all land, all water, all resources tokenized. You have to have something that can represent all that value. And
XRP, the chosen one, guys.
or ever. So it's difficult to believe it because it's a very revolutionary idea that you would take all of the value in the world and have one asset represented. And if that were to happen, which is kind of part of Jimmy's thesis around this XRP buyback, is the value of that token would have to be high enough to cover it.
To handle all the money, guys.
Which is, all right, let's say it was 50K a token, and now
I like it. Let's say it.
there's gonna be a buyback of it. Like, where does the money come for the buyback? Like, are you gonna give me gold? Are you gonna give me some fiat currency? Like, the logistics of the buyback, I think, raise a lot of
People like to say this is unheard of and it can't
You do a
happen,
nice little
but
CBDC. What do you mean? You don't want a CBDC?
it's been floated.
World reserve currency?
That is definitely possible, but what is that CBDC? Is it just more fiat dollars? Is it some new asset-backed currency? I think XRP holders are rightfully skeptical that governments are just going to start giving out billions and billions of dollars to average consumers like us when they could figure out a way not to do that. They also, now one thing to remember back from 1933, I think there's a lot of lessons in history. When they did the buyback of gold from American citizens before it was illegal, they just gave you a crappy deal. And they said, we're going to pay you $20 or something an ounce, when they turned around and were able to sell that.
They did that.
$40 an ounce. So a buyback, even at a high value, isn't out of the question if they're simply going to buy it back from us at a lower price than they could turn around and flip it. It's not exactly very generous.
They know the real value. That's why they set a price at 35 to 50K a token, guys. This thing is on sale. You can pick it up right now for 38 cents. That is not financial advice. However, guys, the settlement is going to happen. It may have already happened. It's just being kept under wraps. That's my speculation. We like to speculate on this channel, so we're going to go ahead and do it. Molly, I think she's onto something. Jimmy Valley set the price. He put it out there. That way, if they do decide to use this thing and they do a federal buyback, we've already got a number in mind, thanks to Jimmy. Shout out to Jimmy Vahale of Valhalla Capital for that, and ZR and Miss Molly Elmore for that. All right, now, will XRP make you rich? 90,000 overnight? Wouldn't that be some dream come true? You wake up and boom, you're 5 digits. Let's go. Alchemist already know. X-Fam, X-Army, let's go. Now, Ripple Swell wrapped up today. We had the rock star, Brad, over there. Let's listen in real quick. Over 10 years now, Ripple has been at work at the crux between enterprise and crypto native services. And we're doubling down on that. That's what Brad said today when he addressed the audience, noting successes over the past decade and promising a robust future ahead. Let's listen. Spit it, Brad.
I'm excited to share with all of you that Ripple has now processed nearly $30 billion worth of volume since launch and over 20 million transactions since we first launched Ripple years ago. We're helping customers every step of the way to make sure their wallet has sufficient liquidity at all times for the smoothest possible experience. Over 10 years now, Ripple has been at the crux between the enterprises and crypto native services, and we are doubling down on that. I hope it resonates with you in the same way it resonates with me. And this is Crypto Means Business.
All right, guys. You heard it from the man himself, Brad at Ripple Swell. So congrats to Brad and team and Ripple for another productive swell in London. I missed it. We are snowed in. I'm here in the crypto bunker in the dungeon, and I have been trading non-stop, guys. This thing is going to explode at some point. I'm going to show you the XRP glitch. Perhaps they're testing liquidity pools, and you're going to wake up one day from 38 cents and this thing will be at $10,000. That is not financial advice, guys, but take a look. That's TradingView. They are testing the liquidity pools. They are testing to see if the system will break. Can it handle all the money? Can they do large transfers? Will it really hold all the money? I think it will, guys. They've been working on this for a long time now. Conflicting reports emerge about SEC helping bankrupt crypto exchange FTX with legal loopholes. There's something going on here, guys. Something smells fishy, man. It smells worse than my armpits after a 64-hour trading session. Exclusive. FTX boss Sam Bankman-Fried hired former chief finance regulator nicknamed Crypto Dad to forge surprising relationship with the SEC chair Gary Gensler. So those two have been in cahoots from day one. They go way back. They were introduced a long time ago by someone that Sam had hired and had on his team. So there is, where there's smoke, there's fire. The alchemists already know something fishy going on. It stinks. Worse than my pits after a long trading session. Now, one of them was investigated by the SEC for years and years, and besides a little missing registration for him, they found nothing on Ripple and XRP. While the other guy was invited by Gary to talk about getting a free pass for his fraud. Hey, why don't we set this thing up and then we'll crash it? That'll allow us to force regulation. All the people will vote for it, and we'll get what we want, which is a stranglehold on the industry. Will stifle innovation, and there's a bigger picture at play here, guys. Something stinks. I mean, why are they attacking these guys? Because they know they're going to be the next world reserve currency, and they have to try and get some regulation around the others. Something bigger is going on. All the world's a stage. The alchemists already know. All right, now, pro XRP attorney John Deaton launches petition to investigate SEC chair Gary Gensler's connections with SBF. So, shout out to John Deaton for digging into this, and I highly advise you guys to go over and sign his petition right here on change.org. John Deaton, shout out to him. Go to Crypto Law. Just Google Crypto Law. You'll see John Deaton. Go to his thing. Sign this petition. The SEC's job is to protect investors, but Gary Gensler as chairman has failed. I agree, John. So jump on over to Crypto Law. Sign this dude's petition because he's fighting for the people. He knows what's going on. So get out there and do what you can. Sign this thing. All right. Let's keep going. Let's look at that beautiful XRP settling instantly, day or night, weekends, holidays, you name it. Frictionless, cheap, instant cross-border payments, instant settlements, ready to handle everything. Real estate, derivatives, the stocks, all of it. All the money, guys. It's coming. If it's not, if it's when. You can be on the right side or the wrong side of history. The choice is yours. There will be a flip of the switch moment. The global reset is coming, and when you wake up, we will be on the new system. Stand by, buckle up, position accordingly. All right, guys. Let's look at all those fiat dollars around the world. People changing their fake, overinflated, overprinted federal government funny money into XRP because a lot of people are in the know. They may not be in the CyPhA, they may not be an alchemist, but they're in the know. And when mass adoption kicks in and the world finally wakes up, you will see this price explode. Position accordingly. Okay. XRP will be a world reserve currency and will be used to pay off debt. This thing solves the world's problems. The big problems that we're having in the world right now, guys. It will solve the debt crisis without devaluing fiat currencies. For example, the U.S. government and other governments could buy XRP at very low over-the-counter rates, which would drive prices up on the retail exchanges. Likewise, major financial institutions could also stock up on XRP at extremely attractive prices. When all systems, policies, and agreements are in place, they simply announce that XRP will serve as a reserve currency. You've heard JPOW. I played you the video of him speaking about multiple currencies. Guys, this is coming. And you can be on the right side or you can be on the wrong side. The choice is yours. I don't know how else to say it, so I'm going to let a boss say it for you.
5 years from now, what did you do, Grandpa? What did you do, Grandma, during the greatest transformation of motherfucking wealth in the history of the world? What did you do? Other than sit on your fucking head. 5 years from now, what did you do, Grandpa? What did you do, Grandma, during the greatest transformation of motherfucking wealth in the history of the world? What did you do?
All right.
Years from now. What did you do, Grandpa? What did you...
Well, Danny, the alchemists already know. Now, if you want to jump into the CyPhA and trade, jump over to ALcHeMy Here's the URL up here, ALcHeMy CrYpTo. If you can't see it, just go and type it in. It's ALcHeMyCryptoCypher.com. Learn to trade. Take the cream off the top of your trade bag. We only trade by the book. We try to win every trade. No one's perfect. Here's some P&L sheets, custom indicators, charts, all of it in the Discord. Guys, we only trade by the book, and we take the cream off the top and we dollar cost average into the ISOs because we know what we hold and we're positioned accordingly. Alright, if you see this, I'm trading live. Jump in, copy, trade me, say what's up. Now, the U.S. currency crisis is about to get much worse. Saudi Arabia wants to join BRICS nations. This means that the petrodollar is going away. Once this occurs, you will see higher inflation in America as the dollar loses value and more people become slaves to the system, guys. It's not if, it's when. The de-dollarization is real. It is happening before our eyes. You need to be prepared. You need to have God's money, gold, silver, food, fuel, cash, water, supplies, candles, batteries, whatever you can do to ride out the storm. 30, 60, 90 days rolling blackouts. It could be coming, and the global reset is happening, you know? So stand by. We're keeping a close eye on it. The alchemists already know. The de-dollarization happening before your eyes. And nations around the world stockpiling gold, getting ready to possibly go on a new currency that they're trading oil in. And guys, when that happens, we saw what they did to Gaddafi. We saw what they did to Saddam when they tried to do it with their oil. Guys, it's happening right now before your eyes. Biden had called for a regime change in Russia, and this time it isn't a gaffe. He wants to take this guy out. And why? Because of the de-dollarization. If you mess with the petrodollar, we will roll out the tanks, guys. If you mess with it, try it. I dare you. We will bring out the big guns, and we already have. We're unilaterally moving forward towards Russia because of his plans to try to move off the dollar, the petrodollar. He wants to trade his oil in rubles or in yuan or in yen or whatever he's got going on with the BRICS nations. We won't stand for it. So that's the real reason for this war, guys. The alchemists already know. This country was built on the oil from Saudi Arabia. And if we lose that status, it will get real ugly for us. The alchemists already know. We are prepared. We got gold, silver, God's money. We got cash. We got freedom seeds. We got fuel. We got food. We're stockpiled, ready to ride it out so we can make the generational wealth on the other side, guys. All right, now I want to talk about this because the banking cartel, the biggest cartel in the world, bank cartel prosecutions discontinued. So they do this all the time, guys. JP Morgan pays $920 million for manipulating precious metals. We talked about gold and silver metal manipulation in a previous video. If you missed it, go back and take a look. They have to pay $920 million admitted to wrongdoing to settle federal U.S. market manipulation probes into trading in metals, futures, and treasury securities. U.S. authorities said on Tuesday. This is from September, and it's a little bit older, but it's the truth. Everybody knows they are manipulating the derivatives market. They are manipulating the metals market. They move markets, and they get away with it. They pay a fine, slap on the wrist, and it's back to business as usual. So, guys, they're the biggest cartel. I want to know where the SEC and the government is. You know, why don't they use RICO on some of these bankers, man? Look at this. Bank of America must pay a $100 million penalty to the CFPB, which will be deposited into a victim relief fund. I doubt we'll see any of that money. I mean, these banks do anything and everything to rob you blind. All right, alchemists, that's about all I got for you. I think this one went really long, and I do apologize. I try to keep them 20 minutes, but it doesn't always work out. So we did get some snow here today. I was in the bunker. I've been trading hardcore. This thing is coming down, and we have been short. However, we did get some snow today, so I crawled out of the bunker, came out of the dungeon in the basement, out of the crypto bunker, away from the trade desk, and this is what I saw. So stay warm if you're on the tri-state. Stand by. It's coming your way. Alright, guys. Till next time, this is your alchemist signing off.